My name is Dr. Rosemundo Said-Coranting, and although I've lost my mom 12 years back, in recent times I find myself thinking about her more and more often. Maybe because I'm delving deeper into motherhood, or just maybe because I miss her. And it's very close to Mother's Day, right? So I want to share one or two things from the life of my mom. My mom was a remarkable woman in a lot of ways, and growing up, a lot of her rubbed off me. I didn't realize that until quite recently. I mean, for starters, I remember my mom being that person who loved to cook. And not only did she love to cook, my mom loved to share food. She would use the little money she has to cook, and then she would share it for everybody in the neighborhood. And that used to piss me off so much. Not because I wasn't somebody who did not love giving. I just felt that she was being irrational. I didn't need, we don't have. And then maybe somebody has managed to find something small for us, or I have gone to hustle to sell some earrings and pad and tea roll that I used to do when I was a medical student. Then I bring her the money to cook for my younger siblings, and then she will cook and be sharing it for grown-ass men and women and everybody else who bothered to ask her for food. Recently, I just realized that I had become like my mom. I mean, I don't lack, I don't have to wait for somebody to give me money before I can cook and share. But I realized that I'm just like her. I love to cook, and I love to feed people, and I find so much joy in cooking and sharing it for people to eat. I remember when my mom used to sell at the medical students hostel in Kolibu, and I would come from lectures, I'll help her sell to my colleagues. And my mom was still that way. She was always running low on capital for her business, and I would have to find money to put back into the business for her. And yet still, my mom would give free food to medical students who were needy like us. And it didn't used to make sense to me. One time I asked her, so why are you giving the food away? When you are always complaining that your capital is dwindling, I have to find ways to put money back into this business for you. And my mom said something to me that has stayed with me all these years. My mom said that I have a son in Cape Coast, UCC. And I'm very sure that right this minute, over there in Cape Coast, my son is hungry and doesn't have food to eat. And so any time I give free food to any of these your mates, it is a prayer in my heart that somebody somewhere in Cape Coast would also have that heart to give my son food to eat. And it will surprise you that who our mothers are, who our parents are, what they do, how they live, way beyond what they say. These actions, these attributes of theirs, it wraps up off of us. And my mom never told me to be like her. She didn't give me a whole lecture on be kind, give people food, blah, 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 blah. But I find myself years down the line behaving exactly like my mom. And that tells me that as parents, more important than what we say to our children, they are watching the way we live, the way we relate to other people, the way we talk to people, the way we laugh, the way we gossip. Our children, they are watching everything. And it doesn't matter what you are saying with your mouth, they are going to grow up behaving exactly the way you behave. And so the question I ask myself and the question I'm asking you today, as a parent, would you be proud that your children grow up and become exactly like you? If the answer is a yes, then well done. But if you are scratching your head, or if you have started having palpitation, or if you can feel your heart rate rising, then I bet you that there is work to be done. And the earlier you start on that, the better it will be for your children. So about 2 years ago, still reflections of my mom. When I first granted an interview, to talk about my life as a kinky seller on the streets of Polygono, rising through all the opposition and difficulties to become a medical doctor and a pediatric radiologist. After that interview had been aired, I went back, I listened to it, and I was pondering over my life. And I asked myself a difficult and thorny question. At the time I granted that interview, my last child was 6 years old. And so I asked myself, why did my mom allow me at 7 years to be on the streets of Polygono selling kinky deep into the night? Because I was imagining my 6-year-old daughter and even her big sister, who was like 12 or 13 then, or 14. I was imagining them, and I was imagining myself not having money to take care of them and having to resort to selling kinky. And I still could not bring myself to think that I would let my daughter go sit on the roadside to sell kinky. And as I thought about that, I told myself that if ever I am in that kind of situation, I would want to shield my child and keep them home, and rather be that person that goes out there to fight and bring food home. This podcast is not to paint my mother in a bad light. That is not what this podcast is about. But this podcast is about we as human beings looking back at the people who raised us. Because no matter what you do, your parents are not perfect. My parents are not perfect. No human being is. Show me one. And so in as much that we celebrate our parents for the good things they taught us, the good values they instilled in us and all that, trust you me, there are things about your parents that when you think about now may not make sense to you, or may not look very good or sound very good. You still got to love them. And as I thought about my mom in relation to me selling kinky on the streets at 7 years, all the dangers I was exposed to, oh man, you have no idea. I quickly gained the wisdom not to judge her, because at the time I had no idea what exactly she was going through, and neither did I have any idea the options available to her at the time when she made these choices. letting me be the one selling kinky on the streets of Polygon while she was home. You see, for every bad experience that we have had in life, we need to pick lessons out of it. That is what makes life beautiful. Because whatever mistakes, quote and unquote, I think my mom did, whatever mistakes you think the authority figures or the parent figures in your life did, we are not immune to those mistakes. And if we don't take our time to humbly and objectively evaluate the mistakes of our parents or the people who raised us, if we don't take time and review it with humility, you may end up resenting your parents for certain things. And the moment you miss that opportunity to look at their mistakes with humility and ask yourself, what can I learn here? And you look at them from a place of, I am better than them, I cannot commit the mistakes they did, I can assure you that you have set yourself up almost certainly for a failure. Because a lot of the time you become what you resent, especially if you are not looking at it with humility and asking yourself, what can I learn here? And so I'm in no position to judge my mom, but I've asked myself questions and tried to give myself many answers for the reason why I was the one selling kinky by the roadside when she was home. I don't have the answers and she's not even here to ask her. But what I do know is that I have had better exposure. I have had better experiences. I have learnt from better people. I have been exposed to places and things and knowledge that my mother never had privy to. And so I'm in a better position to make better decisions regarding my children. And that is how I know that if I must sell on the streets of Accra to take care of my children, I would. But I'll do everything in my power to protect them at that young and fragile age from the elements of the streets. Because it can be rough there on the streets. What is it about your parents that you do not like? I pray that you find that humility and that teachable spirit to review these things and you glean the necessary lessons you need so that you do not become what you resent. God bless you.